kindness of strangers.
Oh, live on Sugar Mountain with the barkers and the colored balloons. You can't be 20 on Sugar Mountain. Yeah, you're thinking that you're leaving there too soon.
I was driving through Wyoming
You're leaving there too soon.
when my GPS stopped working. Made me mad. Thought, what? No service? Then I remembered 20 years ago, the first time I had driven through Wyoming. I had to make a phone call because they had just started booking shows and clubs. And the signs on the highway said, no food, no services, no phones, and they meant it. It wasn't very long ago that large swaths of this country didn't even have phone service. These days you can't find a payphone, but it's for very different reasons.
It's so noisy at the fair, but all your friends are there. And the candy floss you have, and your mother and your dad.
Oh, the good old days that never were. The ones that we tattoo on our psyche or even our bodies to remind us of a particular place and time. I remember when I was in the 3rd or 4th grade, there was a kid in my class that had a tattoo. It was of a skull with a jester's cap. I was scared of him. I wanted to be like him. Then I thought, the skull with the jester's cap? You got to understand here that the Grateful Dead was not a part of my childhood. This was very unusual. The Jerry Garcia Transformer robot doll had not yet been marketed.
There's a girl across the aisle, and you turn to see her smile. And you hear the words she wrote as you read the hidden note.
Oh, how that image disturbed me. The skull with a jester's cap. Then I thought, what do you want your legacy to be? To go through this life making people laugh? Then after you die, you're still doing it? The image grew in my mind. It became bejeweled and beribboned. To this day, whenever I see a tattoo, it always pales in comparison to my memory of the one I had seen as a child. I was in my hometown recently and I ran into the kid with a tattoo and I got a chance to tell him how much it meant to me. That I had spent the past 20 years of my life traveling around the country making people laugh, and I hope that after I die I'll still be doing it. And I talked him into taking off his shirt and I saw it in all its reality. It looked like a prison tattoo. Thin lines hanging from aging flesh. He told me that he had done it himself with a sewing needle and a ballpoint pen and was considering having it removed. And I thought, laughter dies, not from age, but from vanity. And in this case, laser surgery.
You're underneath the stairs, and you're giving out some glass to the people that you met, and it's your first cigarette.
Now the reason that I was in my hometown was because I was visiting my mother, who was aging. And my siblings told me that it was time to come visit, and I did. Only while I was there, I caught this stomach virus, and I got really sick, and I found myself in bed. It was my childhood bed. And I looked down the hallway, and I saw my mother struggling down the hall with her walker, carrying a tray of chicken noodle soup and saltines, oxygen tubes trailing behind her. She put a thermometer in my mouth. It was the same thermometer she had put in my mouth as a child. I had 102-degree temperature. She wiped my forehead with a washcloth.
You say you're leaving home 'cause you wanna be alone. Ain't it funny how it feels when you're finding out it's real? Ain't it funny how it feels when you're finding out it's real?
And it's real. Oh, how the tables had turned. I had come home to take care of her, but somehow she found strength in my illness. It was the only time in my life that I can remember being glad that I was sick. And the only thing that I could do was to lie in bed and savor the taste of saltines and chicken noodle soup. Because I knew that it was going to be the last time that my mother would ever mother me. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure performing for you on this first set. We're going to come back and do a whole other set. Paul Benoit, I'm Chris Chandler. Thank you very much. We'll be right back.